Good evening. My topic is Feminism in Rural India a Reality? In her deeply compelling study of women experiences, author Deepa Narayana argues that in India, the culture of invisibility is forced upon women since very birth. Such a culture which trains a woman not to deny, discourages them of having a word, and routinely abuses is all enough to silence a woman. Urban and working class rejects this culture of silence and make their everyday story of harassment and abuses reverberated across the globe. But here the question is whether the Me Too movement will ever echo across rural India. As I went to my village for a few days, away from cities and metros, I realized that the problem is so deep-rooted that we are just scratching the surface and healing it. Feminism has entered the urban consciousness, but the rural India is at least a generation away. A woman in the village has to look after her family, feed her husband, her children, etc. A lot of issues related to women remain unaddressed because people in power were men. Reading articles, blogs made me realize that how every issue becomes gender issue, from water to sanitation. For example, water scarcity directly affects a woman first, then man, because it's primarily a woman's responsibility to fetch water. In many cases in rural India, women become the sarpanch of village but has no authority thanks to patriarchy. A lot of girls get married by the time they are 20 or 21. In such a scenario, I sometimes contemplate that what is to be done to empower women in real senses, especially in rural India. It seems that people have two different worlds in their mind. First is the world of more privileged and progressive people, and then comes the real world where the real people and problems exist. It is definitely true that when it comes to feminist movement and campaigns, the women who most needed it are primarily underprivileged category. This is completely sensible that the privileged should work for the betterment of have-nots, may it be from different feminist country or individual coming from different social or economic background. All the talk about feminism in cities and social media will trapped in the same space unless the women visit rural India and help feminism trickle down. Since urban and working class has more awareness, access and the luxury to talk about the world and women issues, we need more women volunteers to work in rural India, but the environment is not exactly conducive. But at the same time, unless a woman enters the Chakravyuh, it can't be broken. If she decides, she can do miracle in rural India.